Hey guys, hope you're doing well, hope you're keeping good. On my side I'm good, guys. So guys, for my returning subscribers, guys, you're so amazing, you're so gorgeous people. I don't take any support you give me for granted, guys. And if you're new here and you haven't subscribed to this channel, kindly press that red button and don't forget to turn on that post notification bell so that when I will be uploading a new video you will get notified instantly. So guys, today I just want to do the part 2 of things that Arab bosses or madams do that are funny and annoying at the same time. So guys, you'll find sometimes you're cooking, you're busy in the kitchen cooking, and somebody will just come from nowhere and remove his or her one of socks or cloth and tell you to go and wash that socks or the cloth. Not that he or she want to use this cloth or want to wear it, but he or she feels like there's nothing you are doing. And sometimes you are just resting, you finish everything that you are supposed to do, but they feel like they don't want you to rest. They feel like they are paying you for nothing, you are doing nothing. So somebody will always try to get something to give you to keep you busy. And another thing, guys, is sending you to unending errors. Guys, you can be sent and you can be called, such that when you sit down sometimes and you just comprehend how you have been called and the things that you've been told to do, you will be like, no, this is not me. Guys, somebody will just call you and send you this, bring me this, and before you even reach to where he or she has sent you to, she's calling you again back to go and get for her or him another thing, then again and again. So you end up, you don't even finish whatever you are told to do. She will send you to bring this. Before you reach there, she has called you, she has sent you to another place. Like that. They do even forget that they have sent you. Another thing, guys, is when you finish your work and let's say it's at night, you finish your work, you've cleaned the kitchen, you've done everything, because some houses you must clean the kitchen at night, and guys, you've gone to sleep. Tomorrow in the morning when you wake up, you will be surprised, my friend. You will be surprised. You will find the kitchen messed up. You will be like, is this kitchen the one I cleaned yesterday, or this is the neighbor's kitchen? Actually, it will be the neighbor's kitchen in the morning, because you'll find everything has been messed up. And sometimes you're going to sleep when they have already slept. You know, guys, they will sleep and wake up again in the middle of the night and prepare something and eat. That's how they do it. So you find they mess up everything. The whole kitchen is just dirty and messed up. And actually sometimes you will start crying before even cleaning that kitchen. You will be crying. Most of what the first thing you will do is to cry, because actually if you remember the way you clean that kitchen at night and now the state at which it is in the morning, is just somehow funny. Then guys, another thing is cooking small quantity of food for a large number of family members. Guys, you find these people are just so many, but the amount of food they want to cook, my dear, the amount of food these people na cook, oh, na bit small. Somebody cooking a food that is just enough for just even a small kid, something just small, and they want to eat all this food. And the worst part of it, they will be waking up one by one. If it's lunchtime, they will just wake up one person will wake up, go and eat the food, another person will wake up, go and eat, and not remembering that the others have not eaten. Somebody will just wake up and eat all the food, and the others who are sleeping will not get the food. So when the others also wake up, when another person also wake up, you will go and cook for this person. Then another person will also wake up, you will go and cook for this person, guys. And you just find it so annoying. Why don't they just wake up once, one for all, and eat as a family or eat together? Then guys, another thing is that you find some of these houses, when one person is not there, there's that head of the family that when he or she is not there, they don't eat. They will wait for this person until the person comes back, is when you find them eating. You will find, if it's the elder son, there's how they put their kids there, that respected kid, that whatever he or she says is what is being done. You find these people somebody is hungry but they don't want to eat, they are waiting for somebody. If it's your boss, that when he is not there, they don't eat, they will wait, guys. Even if he will come back in the middle of the night, they will just cook and put the food there, go and rest and wait until that person comes, and when they eat. But me, guys, I can't do that. Somebody doesn't go out with my mouth. I have my mouth, I don't wait. I always tell them that one is none of my business. I will cook and eat, you just continue waiting. And another thing, guys, is being told that you are smelling. Guys, these people believe that Africans are always smelling. There's no day we will ever be clean. Even if you bathe just 2 minutes, you've just bathed 2 minutes, then somebody will just say, hey, you are smelling. And not just smelling, somebody is embarrassing even in front of, let's say, their guest. Then he's like, you are smelling. And not just smelling like a dustbin. They will be saying smelling like a dustbin. Sometimes, let's say you are in a room and you're cleaning that room, they will be coming and opening the windows, letting fresh air in, because they feel like you are smelling. And they show you even the kids know that you are smelling. And that's why you find most of the kids, they call you dogs because they feel like you are dirty. They can't respect you because this is something they see from their parents. They can't just respect you. It's something they see. And that's why you find, guys, if you have an abusive kid or an insolent kid, this kid always hear these things from their parents. So don't take the blame on the kid. Whatever this kid hear their parents saying is whatever this kid will tell you, because 24/7 these kids are with their parents. When the parents are gossiping, they are there with them, so they hear everything that these people are saying. And another thing, guys, is that you finish doing everything and you've gone back, you've gone to bed or you've gone to sleep, and you will find that after you've gone to sleep, even after 3 hours or 4 hours, you will hear these people calling you to go back and do something, and you'll be like, I've slept. They will even wake you up and go and do for me this, go and do for me this. And sometimes somebody wakes you up at around 3 a.m. he or she wants you to make a cup of coffee, and this coffee, he or she is not even going to drink it at that time. She will drink it. She's not even going to drink it. Let me just say that she's not just going to drink it at all, but she wants you to make that coffee. And guys, it's so annoying. Somebody is still sleeping 3 a.m. Why don't you just go into the kitchen and make it? Because the housemate doesn't sleep in the kitchen in her room, or nor does he sleep in the kitchen. So why don't you just make it on your home, guys? And guys, another thing, guys, is these people sometimes, let me say, being asked silly questions. This is so annoying. Just silly questions. Somebody, maybe you wake up in the morning, is this person have just woken you up in the morning, you've not done anything, and he or she is asking you, is the breakfast ready? Then you will be like, you are the person who have woken me up. So when I was sleeping, I was cooking when I was sleeping, guys. Why are you cooking when you're sleeping? Because how can you ask me that the breakfast is ready, and you as a person, you are the person who have woken me up? And another thing, guys, is always sending kids to PEP or to check on what you're doing. This one is so bad. Sometimes you're sleeping, or sometimes you're doing something in the kitchen, and then a kid will just come and hide even behind the door and PEP on what you're doing, and go and tell the parent what you're doing. If he or she finds you pressing a phone, they will be like, yeah, the housemaid is doing this and this, the housemaid is pressing a phone, he's not just working. And you will hear them always making noises and be like, hey, complaining, be like, hey, you don't work, just press on the phone, making calls to friends telling them that you don't work, you just press the phone. These people don't like to seeing a housemaid with a phone. And this one also is when you make a phone call. Let's say your parents call you back at home and you make a phone call, they will, guys, I was working in a house that when you are making a phone call, the whole family will come and gather and stand. They want to hear what you're saying. And the good thing, or the best part of it, these people never understood English. Nobody in that family knew English. So I was just speaking in English, and I'm like, are these people normal? If somebody is making a phone call, all of them will gather and they'll be like, what are you saying? Who are you talking to? Then I'm like, hey, wait, I'm talking to my family members. What's wrong with you? And when you finish making a phone call, you will hear them. They will just start calling back to the office that you don't work. Your work is just always on the phone. There's nothing you're doing. You're always just pressing on them. And I'm like, I have to talk to my family members. And guys, this one always made me mad. I always tell them that if you feel like you don't want me to make a phone call, it's okay, take me back to the office, because I can't work where I don't communicate with my family members. And guys, I can't and I will never allow somebody to seize my phone. This one I always say, you can't take my phone. And if you have to take my phone, I have to leave that house. I can't do without a phone, because it's annoying. If you use a phone, they complain, and sometimes they even give you a condition on which you use that phone. You will have to keep it in your room, and still somebody will just be like, still complaining. Sometimes you even use the phone at your own free time when you've done everything, but somebody still feel bitter. He doesn't want you to use that phone. Then another thing, guys, is when shouting unnecessary. Oh my god, unnecessary shouting. Somebody just calls you, just maybe he or she wants you to do something very simple, but the voice that person is gonna call you with, guys, will just make you shaken. You feel shaken. I think this is their nature. Let me just say it's their nature. This is just their nature, calling you, shouting unnecessary. And guys, abusing. Hey, this one is so much. Sometimes somebody is telling me, do for me this, and let's say you are new, you don't understand even the Arabic, and most of them don't know English. So most times communication is always just by signs, gestures. And sometimes they will tell you something that you don't understand. Somebody knows very well you don't understand Arabic, and he or she doesn't understand English. Communication barrier is there. It's so hard for you to communicate. But This person wants to speak to you in Arabic, and he or she expects you to do the same thing that he or she is saying. She wants you to do the exact thing that he or she is saying, and you'll be like, I don't understand what you're saying, I don't know what you're saying, but it's like, hey, go and do for me this, go and do for me this, and you have to do it, guys. And if you don't understand what he or she is saying, you will hear, hey, the abuses that this person will throw at you. This person will abuse you until you will regret ever coming to that house. And guys, that's how they are, that's how their nature. And they feel like if they abuse you, they don't want you to put that front space. They want you to always be smiling, because somebody abuses you and then he comes back at you and be smiling like with you. He wants to see your reaction. Did you get what I'm saying, or did you not get what I said? But if you, the person who speak back at her in English, he feels bad or she feels bad, and you are like, I don't understand Arabic. This is a language barrier, communication barrier between us. Why don't you just use and tell me them bit by bit? I will understand. Maybe you've just worked for 1 month and then somebody expects you to know the whole Arabic. He will be explaining you to a procedure in whole Arabic and you don't even understand it. And guys, another thing is, these people will tell you a procedure on how to make a food, and let's say they've given you a procedure and you will follow that procedure and make the food the way he or she is saying you have to make it. But guys, when you finish and serve this food, they will be like, they didn't tell you to do this and this, they didn't tell you to this and this, and your madam or the person who instructed you will go back to the kitchen and cook the same food, guys. And this person will cook something that is totally different from whatever he or she tells you. So guys, what do you think about this video? Give this video a thumbs up, and let's see you in the next video. Love you guys.